in my family, my mother was a very strong woman. She had to be, you know. She was an orphan at a very early age. I mean, we grew up in my great grandfather's house, and fortunately, she worked, even though she worked very hard. I mean, she used to work, she used to take the train. I remember it was school holidays, so I went to work with her. And the train ride was 2.5 hours going and back.
Sure.
And she would work 1 week day shift, 1 week night shift. So if she's working night shift, she'd get home around 8, and at 2 p.m. she needs to go back. You know, so she worked very hard, and so it was a very tough period for her, and I think the family relied on her a lot, and I think for me that was a first example of strength, of pushing through, of leadership even, you know, from a family point of view. And then so I think my first brush with race, because I've already spoken about my rush with gender within the Black community, because that doesn't come up, race doesn't come up a lot, but gender came up, race came up when I went to the University of Pretoria to study there. And I won't say that I had an experience of racism. But the culture was so different. The culture is very African, you know, thanks y'all and all of those things. So you're just coming in, and I had always been in the Black community all my life, primary school, high school. I was affirmed for my intelligence. You know, I was at home. I was known. I'm the smart one. You know, I'm Mrs. Number One. You know, this was the time of number one, number two, number one. And then I get to this place, and all of a sudden, I'm invisible. I feel inferior. I'm struggling. Even in university, all of a sudden I'm not the smart one. You know, I'm failing really badly, you know? And I think for a long time I carried a lot of shame because of that. But now I realize that the education that we got did not prepare us for that type of, you know, I mean, we study from different places, from different schools which have different investment, and then we all meet in university, you know, with different levels of preparation. And also when I read the book by Michelle Obama, where she talks about, you know, her experience at Princeton, and she talks about how she saw the Black students sitting together. And even though you don't see it as a race thing, but you find that you need each other. You know, you go to each other to find that home, that a place where I'm seen.